I was reading this article today on leadership, and it really got me to thinking, and specifically in this case, it was President Truman and segregation and desegregation of the force. And it was talking about in this specific article how true leaders don't always go with the flow. They make decisions that are in the best interest, certainly for their organizations, but in this case, the nation. President Truman, right before his re-election bid, opened up the services. He knew how African Americans, how Japanese, how people of other cultures were treated during World War II, and he certainly knew it was wrong. He got pushback from Southern Democrats, he got pushback from people and groups all over the nation. However, look at us today, and look what's happened as a result of that with all the military leaders and professionals that we've had throughout the ages that would have never taken place if President Truman wouldn't have had the courage to kind of step forward. The same thing could be said about allowing homosexuals to serve. Again, another bold move that wasn't necessarily popular at the time, but we know now that it was the right thing to do. Gender integration, females serving throughout a multitude of military occupational specialties throughout our services. Absolutely the right thing to do. No different than allowing women in Ranger School and other schools that make them better leaders, better professionals. And it's taken courageous leaders at multiple levels that knew that there was an undertone or an undercurrent that was taking place, that it just wasn't popular. That's what I'm asking you all to do, is be those leaders. Being somebody that just goes with the flow, that isn't being a leader, that's just somebody going with the flow. Sometimes you got to make and stand up for yourself and for those people that work for you in order to make the right decisions. The most popular things, I say the proudest moments of my career in my life were probably the most unpopular of decisions. Standing in support of individuals that were being accused of things that I just knew they were better than that wasn't necessarily the case. The problem in today's environment is everybody has a venue to bitch and complain and potentially bring great leaders down as a result of decisions. Listen, none of us are perfect. We all misstep. Hopefully not legally, but morally and ethically, and throughout my life, I've made mistakes almost every single day. But the key is do you learn from those particular mistakes, and do you grow as an individual and as a leader? Right now, what I've seen over the course of the last 10 to 15 years is, certainly we've made decisions in regards to gender integration and opening it up based off sexual orientation in the force, but the tougher that leaders become, those younger, potentially substandard individuals, men and women in uniform, have this outlet. And this outlet either being Inspector General, equal opportunity offices, and listen, ladies and gentlemen, they exist for a reason. Because we do, in fact, have idiots out there that don't know how to treat men and women correctly. But the sad part is this, that those same particular outlets used by men and women who do not meet the standard potentially bring down great leaders. I saw it at JRTC in Fort Polk. My boss, General James Yarbrough, was brought down because somebody reported him through the IG's office. What a tragedy. Again, ladies and gentlemen, don't throw rocks in your glass house. We all misstep, and the crying shame to that is, I guarantee you that it was just individuals that General Yarbrough was making them do their job. How many other senior leaders have we seen? I had a guy, Sergeant First Class Hayes, who was one of my platoon sergeants, and he grabbed an individual by the chin strap to get him out of his vehicle over in Afghanistan. As a result of him putting his hands on a substandard soldier, potentially saving his life to get him out of the vehicle to do what he was supposed to do, Sergeant First Class Hayes' career was destroyed. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to stop this from happening. We need leaders, and the problem is we're not going to have our President Trumans of this world. We're not going to have our President Clintons. We're not going to have our President Bushes and the other ones who have stepped up and done what's right for our country and our service if those that do it are penalized as a result. Please, please, please go ahead and share this. Hashtag eToolNation for John Troxell's support. I don't know exactly what this is about, but I can tell you this. I have never met a finer leader in my life, a finer family in my life, who is all about protecting you.